Anywho, I don't know. Leave me alone.
I thought the cat even looked over like, oh shit, he's about to yell.
I know, she did. She's like, oh, he's going to start again. Yeah. She's like, whatever now. I mentioned in the last video that Summer is the troop leader for the Little Ones troop. And I mentioned that I was going to be helping with a couple badges, patches things. Doing one Sunday, actually, for marketing type thing for their cookie sales that are coming up. But some of the things that they've done in the past has been really cool, too. Like, they did a journalism scribe thing that I mentioned on the last video. I'm kind of looking forward to seeing their final parts of. One that I did one that I was kind of more hands-on for was they all had to design a product. Like, the first thing they had to do is they had to come up with a problem. And then they had to design a product to solve that problem. And then they had to kind of, like, come up with a logo for their business. Or they had to come up with, like, a business name and, like, a rough logo for their business. And then I printed business cards for them. Well, I did a talk about logos and different logos through the years and stuff. And it was really neat to kind of see them as interested in it. As I wasn't expecting all of them to be, but they were really kind of, like, geared in and interested. And it was really neat to kind of see, like, how they are, like, every week that I haven't been here for a while, but the times that I see them getting together as a group and doing stuff as Girl Scouts, they're all really kind of, they're all in it. Like, they're not just like, some of them, yes, some of them will come and just be like, okay, I'm here, and they'll do the least amount of work, but, you know, you get a bunch of group of people together to do it. And that's why I hated group work in school and stuff. Because for that reason, you know, there are those some kids that go above and beyond, and but seeing how much work that Summer puts into the troop to keep these kids from being bored out of their minds every other week and to keep them interested in what they're learning and to give them things that they're not going to be bored with, or they're just going to think as seeing as just more homework. You know, because that's what they're really kind of doing. They're doing more work than the run-of-the-mill, like, kid their age. Because, like, a kid their age has, like, homework and maybe, like, yeah, you have those kids that are also in sports. But a lot of these kids are also in sports. But they're still doing work. Like, they've got to come up with, they're coming to that age where they're starting to have to learn to run the troop themselves. So they're going to have to start campaigning for different positions in the troop to make the troop run as smoothly as it does now. And that's not something they can do just Tuesday nights when they're in their meetings. You know, that's something that they're going to have to do on their own time. And there's a lot of stuff that they have to do on their own time that I'm surprised as many of them bring back the level of stuff that they do. I'm really surprised by that, because I remember me at her age, like, I had a hard time wanting to do more than I had to. Like, I was really good at school and stuff, but I was not one of those kids that wanted to do extra credit work, mainly because I didn't have to. But at the same time, even if I had that option to, it was like, no, I don't need to do it. I won't worry about it. So, and none of this stuff is graded or anything. They just get out of it what they get out of it. It's not something that they have to. I'm waiting for the cat to suddenly come into with them running the troop on their own, there's going to be this period of pure like chaos where they think that, oh, I just show up with this idea and we're going to be able to do all this stuff. And there's a lot of preparation that goes into each and every meeting and each field trip and each guest speaker and
each badge.
Each badge and patch and
they all have requirements. Like there's 5 sets.
Yeah, it's not like you do one thing and you get a badge for it. There's a list of things that you have to check off, and there's some flexibilities on how that patch is done, but at the same time you still have to reach those requirements. So I think it's going to be interesting to see how they'll be like 11 and 12 when the troop, or like 12 or 13, I think.
What?
When the troop is handed over to them fully.
They'll be about
probably from
12.
11 to
They'll be about
in that
12.
That range where they think they know everything, and they think that they'll be able to do it all on their own. And I am one of those parents that I relish in watching my daughter struggle in a way more than when she just is able to pick up and do something, because I know that there's more to gain from struggling to learn how to do something than it is.
But she doesn't fight the struggle either. Not all the way.
Well,
what I'm saying is with her, she kind of likes the struggle. It's a game. She likes to play it, to get to that end point.
I think, she's not one to give up.
No.
And that was a small tangent, but when she was having issues with division at first, it was like she didn't want to tell anybody that she was having problems. She wanted to work through it herself. And then when she started bringing home the bad test scores, we were like, hey, what's up with these bad test scores? And then she was just like, I don't get it, I need help. And I'm like, okay, let's work through it. How did you come up with this answer? And she would show me, and I'm like, okay, well, let's work out. We'll work through it, and we worked out a bunch of stuff, and slowly she started picking it up, and she ran with it.
Well, she did it with flute too.
Yeah, the flute. Yeah, she had a problem getting started, but when she got started, she flourished with it.
Yeah.
So, I don't think a lot of the kids in the Girl Scout troop, though, are going to be able to handle that. I don't think a lot of parents are going to be able to handle to see, there are some heavy helicopter parents, and
there's not many.
Going to struggle.
There's not many of them, but
there's going to be complaining and struggling. My kid can't do this, or my kid shouldn't have to do this.
Or they'll try to take over.
Or they'll try to do it for the kid, and so the kid gets nothing out of it.
Yeah.
I know I can probably think of 3 off the top of my head. And, but that struggle, I think, for kids, yes, there is a point where you have to step in and go, okay, what are you doing wrong? Because some kids will do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting to get different responses, and that's just maddening. You have to step in and go, okay, maybe.
What is that? The insanity?
Oh yeah.
The law of insanity is.
Insanity is doing the same thing, expecting a different result.
Right.
But at the same time,
And we're not saying the kids are insane.
No, I think the parents could be. I'm in the camp to let your kid fail, because it's in that failure that they learn how to succeed.
Right, and we're not going to let them fail and
we're not going to let them fail.
We're not going to pack them with a red letter A. That's not what we're doing. But they need to almost have to dust themselves off.
Yeah, we'll be okay, we'll be there to see them fall, but I'm not going to ignore the fall. Right. I'm not going to ignore their down.
Right, we're not going to keep dust in their face.
I'm not going to be like, "Ha, you failed, suckers!"
Right.
I win the bet.
No.
See, I think a lot of parents struggle with that because they don't want to see their kids hurt or fail.
Well, and we're not going to
but-
hurt them, like,
No.
ever. Like,
But
this
I
isn't
think
going to,
some
like,
parents
damage
believe
them
that
for...
some parents believe that failure is pain, though.
Yeah, but
That-
I'm not there to scar them for life. Like, that's not what's going to happen. Wow, Kat.
Sunday before the Super Bowl starts, we're doing here at the house. We're having some of
Cookie
them
college.
are coming here for a cookie college thing, where they get a little bit more hands-on education about how cookie sales work and how to promote your booth and
Right,
some
and
of
they've
this
been doing
stuff.
it for 4.5 years.
Yeah, they've been
But
selling
this
cookies
is
for
a
4.5
whole-
years, but this is more about why are you doing it and what are the repercussions of not doing it well and how do you make things flow a little better and how do you put a little bit more effort into it. And I'm doing a marketing type thing with them. I don't remember the whole thing exactly.
Well, it's marketing. It's doing the whole
Summer
visual...
Summer handed me the thing. Was like, "Would you do this with them?" And I looked at him like, "Sure." When is
No,
it? Super Bowl
you read
Sunday?
it. It's because it's the visual basis
I
of what it's
glanced
like
over
what you
it.
do.
Yeah, I
What you
glanced
do for
over.
work.
I market. I'm a marketer.
No, you're not.
No, I'm not. I don't think I could handle that kind of pressure. But I'll have to. We'll have to do a follow up on how Sunday goes. Yeah, it's
Sunday will be okay. It will
Sunday?
be when
really when
April rolls around, when they start to have to campaign.
cookies- Oh, that could be fun though.
Oh, it could be fun. But, I mean, I wish we could show almost like their campaign videos,
No.
but I can't do that on social media with them.
Yeah.
Because they're underage.
They're underage.
So, they're not my children. If they were my children, then, you know, I mean, I could get a signed waiver, but I think that's kind of ridiculous.
That's a little weird.
So,
We have enough things to sign, but anywho's, until next time, losers. See you guys.